Yes. Oh, okay. Yes, I'll do that. Sure. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to Unity of Charlottesville on this first Sunday of spring, yay. And it's acting like spring out there. My name is Rhonda Cooley, and this is a really hard Sunday. I am the celebration assistant for the last time for our wonderful senior minister, Don Lansky. We're going to have a lot of singing, a lot of crying, a lot of laughing, a lot of love today. But the most important thing I think that we all can agree on is that the spirit of Don and Patricia will live here forever. I want to welcome all those out on the internet with us today as well, and all those new people here today. We'll hear more about them. And let's sing, shall we? We always begin with song. Let's sing.
All right, you all know this one too. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, everybody. I don't think I'm on, Bob. Can you hear me in the back? Still not on, Bob. Now can you hear me? This sounds familiar, right? Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Unity of Charlottesville. Welcome to everybody who is online. And, well, I'm verklempt. That's all I can say. Discuss amongst yourselves. Pineapple, it's not a pine, it's not an apple. It is our tradition here to begin with prayer, and of course, for those of you who know and those of you who don't know, Unity is a place that welcomes people of all faiths, all religions, all cultures, all gender identity, all sexual orientation. Everyone is welcome here at Unity, and we are a space that is here to explore our spirituality and explore who we are and whose we are. So we're really happy that you're here this morning. So it's our custom to begin with prayer, and I invite you to close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. And you can feel the power of love in this space this morning. It is vibrating and pulsating and resonating, and that was the intention. That's always been the intention for this community ever since it was built and founded in 1978. So we know love to be a palpable and powerful force in the universe. And when we come together in this way, it is amplified and our collective consciousness is expanded. And so in this space, what couldn't we accomplish? What couldn't we do? What couldn't we heal? What problems that we face in our lives couldn't be handled and overcome with the power of love? And we also know that it's not enough to hold this love within us, that it must go forth into this community, into our world, into our universe, so that wherever there is conflict this morning in the Middle East or in the Ukraine, or any other place, parts of Africa, that we can envision a world at peace, a world that exemplifies the highest ideals of all of the great wisdom teachers from every sacred tradition. We claim this in the name and after the power of the divine love that is within us and that we call God by many names. And so it is. Amen.
And let us conclude our opening prayer today with our statement of faith. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God the good, omnipotence.
And we want to invite Reverend Patricia to come up. Oh.
Just a minute.
Oh. There you go.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I am Reverend Patricia Galino Lansky. In case you don't know me, welcome everyone. It is my great joy to be able to welcome and also introduce you to some of the very special friends who are with us today. And I just want you to know that each and every one of you is special, is a special friend, and we are very, very grateful that you are here. I cannot mention everyone's name, so I will confine myself to this rather illustrious group in this area here. Well, and please hold your applause to the end, because there's a number of wonderful people with us today. How to organize talking to you about these dear ones. I figured I would start with the longest term friends. I won't call them the oldest. But Jay and Susan Perry, we were together in the late 70s in New York City as actors. And it's so great that you live now in Charlottesville and that we get to see you more than we did, and we love you. And I didn't know if you wanted to stand just so people know where you are. You don't have to if it's There they are. And hold your applause, because this could be the whole service itself. And next in the front row is our next long-term friend, Ellen Carty. Ellen is dear, dear friend to us both. Well, all of you are dear to us. And let's just get that across the board. Ellen was the partner of another ministerial student in Don's class when we were at seminary. And it was just an extraordinary time that we all started together. And Ellen has continued to be a dear friend. She lives in Cape Cod. She came here by way of Delray Beach today. She leaves no stone unturned. Ellen, we're so glad you're here. Ken Ellis. Ken Ellis, our dear friend since 2001, but of course he was singing here at Unity longer than before we came, and we're so grateful that you're with us again today, Ken. So many things we've done together. It's just extraordinary. April May and Stephen, would you stand, please? April May, we met at the beginning of our time here in 2001 at the Eastern Regional Conference. And April May is the Eastern Regional Executive Administrator and has been doing an incredible job for the past over 20 years. We're very grateful that you're with us, April May.
Can I just say, I know her as she who must be obeyed.
That's true. We have Clifford Arnold and Kate Tamarkin, if you'd stand. Kate, many of you know, is the former conductor of the Charlottesville Symphony Orchestra, and she's now the director of music at the bedside and outreach of Hospice of the Piedmont. And most notably, she plays harp with Blair on Christmas Eve here. Yay! Dolma and the people from the Tibetan
Parents Association.
Family Society.
No,
Please
Parents
stand.
Association.
Family Association.
Tibetan Parents Association.
Tibetan Parents Association. Excuse
Thank you for
me.
being here.
We are very grateful that you are honoring us by being here today. And their organization had a fantastic celebration where they honored Don and I on February 28th. For all of the years that Unity of Charlottesville has become a home for their association and for the training and the education of the young students from Tibet, to continue to learn their language, their culture, so that their culture always exists. We are dedicated to that. And we are deeply grateful that you chose to be in our community. We love you and we're grateful. Thank you. In the first row also is one of our dearest friends, Reverend Paula McDeesey, who is the former Unity Minister of Unity of Renaissance in Chesapeake. She and her husband, Richard McDeesey, make a powerful team. You know Richard, he is music extraordinaire, and together they just lifted that entire community. We're very, very grateful that you're with us. Thank you so much, Paula. And we have Reverend Sandy Boyer from Unity of Hagerstown. Stand up, Sandy. And she and I, we are prayer partners, so the prayer support that we offer each other is just extraordinary and carries me very, very much. And She at Unity of Hagerstown has invited me to do my meditation retreats there this year. So I'm very deeply grateful, and all of you are welcome to attend. Vicki and Richard Bunch, the dear ministers, Revs and Revs, and they were from originally Unity of Richmond, who served for a long time. Richard is still serving the Unity community, and Vicki as well with contemplative prayer. No, wrong word, but you know what I mean. Talk to them afterwards. All right, Reverend Marge Brown. She lives in Lynchburg, and Reverend Marge is a little bit of a bridge from today to next week, because she will be our first guest speaker when we have vacated the premises. So come and see Marge next week. She's extraordinary. Herb Levy, the head of Focus Music. Don and Herb cooked up these wonderful concerts here at Unity of Charlottesville. And we're so very grateful that you have chosen this location to bring your music. And it's always extraordinary music. Thank you, Herb. There are a number of travelers in this community also who have made their way here. Many of them are board presidents or board members. And first of all is Lynn Foster and Henry Reeves from Maryland now. Please stand. And Lynn was board president at least twice, and she is absolutely instrumental in how this community's campus was created and built. And last week, Don spoke at length about you. You have to check it out online. And we're very grateful you're here. Mark and Aisha Livingston are now in Kansas City. Aisha's there. And Mark was our office manager, another board president. And Aisha's becoming a Unity minister. Fabulous. And Valerie and Richard Freyer. Valerie was our head of celebrations. She is the original party girl. And Richard was board president as well. And they live now in Tampa area on the west coast of Florida. Thank you for making your way here. And we are also so very grateful that Mark Boston and his entire family is here with us. Stand up. Mark is now at UVA as a chaplain, hired as a chaplain, and we're very, very grateful for your work, Mark. And Mackie and Melinda relocated to Short Pump. Where are you guys? There they are. That is actually our vacation capital of the world, so you made a good choice. And there's so many more here. I just look around and I see your faces, and I know so much history that we all
Let's
share.
mention Kate Adamson, too, our former youth ed director.
Kate is here. She's not too far away. And, oh, so many things, right? So I do want to also welcome the people who are online. And I know that many of you wanted to be with us in person today, but it was just impossible. But I'd like to shout out to the Galinos, Len and Barbara and Connie, and the Lanskys, Brother Stephen and Paula, and Jenny and Cassius, and Jay Peterson, Elton Cantrell, and so many more that we know you are with us. Don't feel bad about not being in the sanctuary with us. I know you wanted to, but do know that you live in our hearts, and so you are never far away.
Thank you, Patricia.
You can clap now.
You betcha. So you were standing. We're going to stand again because this is that time where we get to say, hi, how you doing? Long time no see, many of you. And let's sing, and then we'll have that opportunity. We'll sing again. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. All right, you can sit down. Time for kids' church. The kids meet.
No, wait.
Is she back there?
Announcements.
Robin? Yep, there she is.
Announcements.
Yeah.
We stayed good.
She got it. Yeah. Yeah. We do have some opportunities for transformation. I
We
don't-
do.
And I don't know if, I think this is coming later, so I'm going to skip that. Marge Brown.
Marge Brown.
Sorry?
Reverend Marge Brown.
Oh, we have to bear with us today. There are things that are unexpected.
So we had announcements. We're good.
Oh. Oh. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. That's some good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Let's put them on here. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we will be here till midnight. Thank you all so much. Thank you very much.
Wow.
So, Marge, come and say about your workshop next week. Come on up. Yeah. This is Reverend Marge Brown, who will be speaking next week, and also will be doing a workshop next week. So what is your workshop about?
So what I want to say is I have next week, so I need all of you to be praying every night for me for next week. You got it? You understand where I'm at? Yeah. Yeah, so there's tons of stuff out there about nutrition, and I've been following it for 40 years, and I have read also since the 1850s all of the mistruths. So that's what we're going to kind of go over a little bit. And there's a little bit of misspelling up there, but maybe it is nurturing nutrition. I'm not sure.
Thank you. Thanks, Marge.
Nutrition.
Oh, I'm joking. Oh, thank you.
So we have our Seaville Jazz, a violinist, Jenny Scheinman, and All Species Parade will be here on April 2nd, Wednesday at 7:30 p.m.
And Spiritual Cinema will be the first April 6th, so we'll have more about that next week. And we have Reverend Catherine Klein will be doing a book study, a 6-week book study called Finding Yourself in Transition. We have the books in the bookstore if you're interested. It'll be on Zoom, and this is about finding yourself in transition, which we are as a community, and we are, most of us, in our individual lives, and usually in some form of transition or another. So this is a very powerful book by Dr. Robert Brummett, who was one of the faculty at the Unity Seminary. So you can check that out online and take a look at that. Our website is unitycharlottesville.org. And Reverend Klein will also be doing the Easter celebrations here, Palm Sunday and Easter, and she will be here for that as well. And then wanted to mention that if you didn't receive one of these when you came in, please pick one up on your way out. We have a wonderful schedule of speakers and events and workshops and concerts scheduled all the way through the end of August, and it's all in here with the bios of all the people that will be speaking. So you're in good hands, very good hands.
And for 5 years now, since COVID, we have had our Wednesday healing half hour on Zoom from 6:30 to 7. It's well attended, and if you ever need that uplift in the middle of the week, get on the healing half hour. And so let's affirm together our mission statement. Unity of Charlottesville empowers everyone to express their unique divinity, making a positive difference in the world.
We're going to do a song that Don introduced us to a few years ago, and it's just so appropriate for today. We want you to sing the chorus with us, so I'm going to sing it for you so that you can learn it right now. All the way through wind and rain, I'll never deceive my heart again. And hand in hand across the land, we'll walk the road together. Try with us and listen to the beautiful praise singers. Here we go. All the way through wind and rain, I'll never deceive my heart again. Hand in hand across the land, we'll walk the road together. Got it now. So join us whenever that comes. Come on, wait a minute. Getting my words up here. Turn the page. Okay, come on, flip, there we go. Think not of casting off your dreams when the road goes on forever. All is just not as it seems, and we'll walk the road together. All the way through wind and rain, I'll never deceive my heart again. Hand in hand across the land, we'll walk the road together.
Think not of failing our
of stopping in the strife. When the road goes on forever, let joy and happiness be right. And we'll walk the road together all the way through wind and rain. I'll never deceive my heart again. And hand in hand across the land, we'll walk the road together. Think not of hills and mountains high. When the road goes on forever, we'll lift our hearts up to the sky as we walk the road together all the way through wind and rain. I'll never deceive my heart again. And hand in hand across the land, we'll walk the road together all the way through wind and rain. I'll never deceive my heart again. And hand in hand across the land, we'll walk the road together all the way through wind and rain. I'll never deceive my heart again. And hand in hand across the land, we'll walk the road together.
Give yourself a big hand.
Yeah, please. Two racehorses and a dog are in a stable the morning of the big race. And the old racehorse turns to the young racehorse and he says, "Kid, I have a favor for you. Today is the last race of my career. And if I win this race, they'll have a big parade in my honor. And they'll put me out to a really nice pasture for the rest of my life. And if I lose the race, they'll send me to the glue factory." Now, I'm a pretty good racer, but we both know that you can beat me. So I'm asking you for this one favor. If you could just let me win this one race. So the young racehorse looks down at the ground. He thinks for a really, really long time. And he finally says, "Look, I understand. I really do. But from my point of view, I've never lost a race. This is early in my career. And no offense, but if I lose this early in my career, I'll never recover. So I can't do it." The dog is listening. The dog says to the young racehorse, "Are you kidding me? Are you out of your mind? You said yourself that you already have a great record. And the old horse is asking you just to come in second this one time to save his life. How could you not do that? How could you refuse him? Have you no soul?" The young horse turns to the old horse and says, "Look, a talking dog." this is it, my last day with you all. And not that I'm going out to pasture, or certainly not to the glue factory, I hope. And you know that I'm an avid news junkie, so I actually watched the last broadcasts of Walter Cronkite and Dan Rather and Peter Jennings and Dan Sawyer. They always, all of them, just did the news, and at the very end they said, thank you and good night, right? And none of them cried. So we'll see how I do with that today. I struggled actually with what to talk about today. So there's so much that Patricia and I are grateful for, you know, and we've had many opportunities to say goodbyes and thank yous, and it's not enough, you know. It's never enough. It's never adequate. The words are never adequate. So what I want to explore with you today is something that's been hugely important to me for most of my life as a spiritual truth student. And that is about being awake and staying awake. Many years ago, long before I became a Unity minister, I went to some workshop and we were asked to create a personal mission statement. And mine was that I am a catalyst for positive transformation. And that has pretty much been my guiding affirmation throughout my adult life. So when Stephen Tavares, you look very nice in a suit, by the way, last week at our community meeting, he asked what I had envisioned when we were building the church. I thought of Lynn and the church home team and Patricia and what were we doing every week for 5 years as we were planning this campus here in the building. And he asked, what did I envision when we were building the church? And I thought about it. I was kind of taken aback for a minute, because actually, this is exactly what I envisioned. This is it, you know? This is it. Except that I wanted more families and I wanted more diversity. That was part of that vision too, that we're still working on that part of it. But this is a thriving, loving, supportive, spiritual community. That was part of our weekly affirmations, our daily affirmations. With beautiful and committed truth students, it's always been this way, always. And I think of all the things that have taken place in this sanctuary for all of these years, all of the events and services and concerts and weddings and funerals and all sorts of things, classes and workshops. Think of all the change and all the growth and all the transformation that we've experienced together in our own personal lives, not just because of Patricia and I, but because of Unity of Charlottesville holds this space in our community to be a loving and inclusive spiritual community, a positive path for spiritual living. So being awake and staying awake, I think, is a requirement for personal transformation. And you may have noticed that it's easier to fall asleep. Have you noticed that? It's safer. It's more comfy. You don't have to think. You don't have to think about problems or worries or anxieties, no conflicts. It just plain feels yummy to do that. And unity can be a challenging path, because unity requires 100% personal responsibility. In fact, Patricia and I think that personal responsibility should be maybe a sixth unity principle, right? Being 100% responsible means taking on the responsibility of waking up, because then we can't blame an outside force. We can't blame the devil or Satan or other people or our past experiences. We're not victims of our past or present, because we always have the power to create, to imagine, to have more faith, and to choose, right? That's our great freedom, is to choose. And so my belief is that we're here on earth in these bodies at this time to wake up. And wake up from what? Wake up from ignorance, wake up from the tyranny of the ego and other tyrannies that we might see running around in our world. Wake up from the false separation of self, the false separation from source, or whatever name that you have for the divine or for God. And wake up to what? Wake up to our true identity as heirs of the kingdom of God, beloved sons and daughters of God, expressions of God living and moving in and through us as us, and living an expression of loving compassion, loving kindness. It's said that soon after the Buddha became enlightened, he was walking along the road and a man passed him and was struck by his radiance and by his presence, his peaceful presence. And the man said, "What are you? Are you a celestial being? Are you a god?" And Buddha said, "No." The man said, "Well, are you a wizard or a magician?" And the Buddha said, "No." And the man said, "Well, then what are you?" And Buddha said, "I am awake." So this word of being awake, I think, is overused and prominent in our spiritual vocabulary so that it almost becomes jargon. You know, we speak about awakening consciousness. We speak about planetary awakening. Years ago, Patricia and I were on an advisory board for the Awakened World Film Festival. Some master teachers have told us that most of the people on the planet have been asleep and are still asleep, and that only a handful throughout human history have been awake, actually. People like Jesus and like Buddha, Plotinus, Taylor Swift. And, you know, do you ever think about sleepwalking through life, that if you're doing that or not, you know? I think about it as like, you know, Patricia and I drive from Greene County, where we live, to Unity. It's kind of like a track, you know, that almost every day I do that drive. And sometimes I have the experience after so many years of seeing something that I've never seen before, right? A new building, a beautiful tree, a new house. And I think to myself, why did I never notice that before? Where have I been? Where have I been that I didn't notice that? So we can sleepwalk through our relationships. We can sleepwalk through our jobs. We can sleepwalk through life, actually. Anthony DeMello describes the awakened life. He says that to awaken is to learn the art of living, to master the mind and bring it back to the reality of the present moment, to unite mind, body, and reality. To awaken is to bring the reality of the present moment to life, to be mindful and aware of the present moment, to truly live in the present moment. And this is an idea from ancient wisdom traditions, and certainly part of our 136-year-old unity tradition and the writings of Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. And it's repackaged by people like Eckhart Tolle and many, many others. Somehow, being awake and staying awake has something to do with living in the now. It has something to do with living in the present moment. No separation. Only oneness with God and self and others. So a student of the great sage Ramana Maharishi once came to him and said, "Who was I in my last incarnation?" To which Ramana Maharishi replied, "Who is the I that is asking the question?" See, if you can answer that question from the depths of your being, you would have to be awake, right? That was his primary path. So I envision being awake as actually a continuum of awareness. At one end of the continuum, you have no awareness. That would be if you're in deep sleep or in a coma or not alive. And at the other end of the continuum, you would have the wakefulness of Jesus or the wakefulness of Buddha or other enlightened masters. And then in the middle, there are an infinite number of degrees of wakefulness. So for example, I can say that I'm awake even though I've had 2 hours of sleep and I'm groggy and fatigued and cranky and, you know, dulled. I can still say I'm awake. I can say I'm awake even if I have a really bad cold, but I can still say that I'm awake. Even if I can barely move, I have consciousness, I'm awake. In both cases, the wakefulness of these two conditions is different from the wakefulness of how I feel when I'm rested or fresh or just back from a vacation. It's different. So the degree of our wakefulness in consciousness colors our perception of the world, it colors our perception of reality. And the question is, how far can we go on this wakefulness continuum? can you begin to envision the consciousness of Jesus or the consciousness of Buddha or the consciousness of fill in the blank, your favorite enlightened teacher, right? Can we envision it? And even though Jesus told us that all the things he did, we could do and more, do you believe it? Do you really believe it? Hopefully the answer is yes. Hopefully we've had glimpses of exquisite wakefulness in a deep meditation or in a profound experience out in nature or maybe through some healing experience, healing transformation. One time, many years ago, I was hiking in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and it was early spring. There was still a chill in the air, kind of like here, but also the hint of spring. Things were just beginning to bud. We're a little bit more advanced here now, but kind of like it is right now. And I came upon a mountain stream, and I found a place that was deep enough to jump in. And I remember myself preparing for that because it was cold, and it was snow melt. I knew it was going to be cold, right? So I jumped in anyway, and I screamed, and I jumped out. And I'll never forget that experience because every cell, every fiber of my being was pulsating with life. I felt alive in a way that I really hadn't known before. And it's difficult to describe, of course. The colors were brighter, and the smells were clearer, and everything was just heightened. It felt like a heightened state of awareness, like an altered state of awareness. And I wondered if the enlightened ones have that degree of clarity at all times. For me, it was just a momentary glimpse. So this notion of degrees of wakefulness, degrees of awakened consciousness, could explain why people who call themselves spiritual can still betray us, right? Or they can still act in a harmful or hurtful or an unkind way. And they do it in the name of spirituality, right? Know any people like that? I have. It can also explain how we can act with varying degrees of clarity in our lives as we go through our own personal challenges and life lessons. So if something happens to us, a financial setback or a relationship challenge, a health challenge, we either handle it well or we go to pieces, or we go through a dark night of the soul, or we bounce back because we're utilizing the spiritual tools that we've learned. Sometimes we feel that we've learned from a past experience only to face what feels like the same thing all over again. That ever happened to anybody? There's an old Zen proverb that says, experience is a wonderful thing. It enables you to recognize a mistake when you make it again. So it seems to me that as truth students, our task is to make our best efforts to stay awake. But sometimes the urge to fall asleep or not deal with problems or circumstances can feel overwhelming. And the way I thought about it is that when Patricia and I are driving on a long drive at night, and I'm driving and I start getting that feeling of that I'm falling asleep at the wheel. Ever had that? And you know the experience, at a deep instinctual survival level, you know that you absolutely cannot fall asleep at the wheel. But that doesn't prevent you from still nodding off. You still do that. And it reminded me of an episode of the Carol Burnett show. Carol Burnett and her husband had just flown from LA in the skit, had just flown from LA to London to interview with a very posh private school because they wanted their sister to be admitted to this school. And Carol was jet lagged, and so she had taken some sleeping pills, and she had forgotten that the interview was that day and that she had to impress the headmistress. So can we have the stage lights and the lights?
Well, here we are.
Well, now, shall we talk?
Yes. We certainly hope that the Chris will be accepted at Hobson, Mrs. Wells. Are her American grades satisfactory?
Well, her marks are excellent, and her letters of recommendation speak very highly of her. Thus, we think that with her high academic grading, plus her other attributes, we think she will be a prime candidate for admission to my best alma mater.
Yes, yes.
So you see, the purpose of this interview is merely to find out whether her home environment is satisfactory.
Oh, that's perfect. Carol. So sorry, Mrs. Wells. She's so bright and alert as a rule. I couldn't understand this.
That's all right, Mr. Bradford. It does seem a bit stuffy in here.
Oh, I'll get...
So what do you do to stay awake when you're falling asleep at the wheel, right? I mean, there are strategies, right? We turn the radio way up, we open the windows, we sing at the top of our lungs, we massage ourselves, we stretch. But the best of all is Patricia. She'll ask, "Are you okay?" She'll endure my music and my talk shows. She'll endure the blast of cold air, and she'll offer to drive. And I think that's what we do for ourselves in spiritual community here at Unity. We remind each other to stay awake. We share experiences with one another. We immerse ourselves in the great wisdom of our Unity teachers and teachers from all of the different wisdom traditions. We explore the deep metaphysical teachings of the Bible and of other sacred texts. And it's if we're saying to each other and to ourselves, wake up and stay awake. And I think it takes incredible courage to hold that intention of waking up, to have some sense that there is more to life and that we're so much more than we thought we were. And so when we start to nod off, when we think that it might be better just to take a long nap from the so-called realities of life, nodding off means giving into negativity, giving into pity parties, engaging in negative self-talk and limitation, being taken in by outer appearances and outer circumstances that throw off center, and forgetting who we are and who we've come here to be. And our great wisdom traditions give us reminders of how to stay awake and how to keep awake to God's presence. So, spiritual community, being with like-minded people who share a commitment to the spiritual journey and who are willing to support each other in a loving and inclusive spiritual community. The practical application of proven principles. In Unity and other spiritual traditions, prayer and meditation are foundational because that's how we access direct experience, direct contact with God of our understanding. And knowledge through classes and workshops and seminars and the many events here that we have at Unity and many events that will be planned, that are planned for you through the rest of the summer. Incredible speakers that are coming. Reverend Paul is one of them. Reverend Marge is another one. And these classes enhance our understanding of universal truth principles and how to apply them in our daily life. And number 4 is fun, right? And as Teilhard de Chardin said, joy is the ineffable sign of God. So sometimes we get so serious about life and our problems and our trials and all of that. In Sufi folklore, there's a character and many stories about a character named Mullah Nasruddin. And in one story, Nasruddin is interviewed to join the crew of a ship. And the captain asks him, if the sea is in turmoil, if the winds are strong, and the waves are huge and mountainous, what would you do to save the ship? And Nasruddin said, well, that's not much of a problem. I would just drop an anchor, and that would anchor us in the wind and waves. The captain said again, well, suppose an even bigger mountainous wave comes, what would you do then? And Nasruddin says, well, I'd drop an even bigger anchor. The captain looks at him a third time. He says, suppose it's a great typhoon and it's impossible to save the ship. What are you going to do? Nasruddin said, well, that's no problem. I would just drop a gigantic anchor. The captain said, well, where are you getting all these anchors from? And Nesruddin replies, the same place you're getting all these winds and waves and... So you remember earlier I said that the definition for awakened life is simply being mindful, being aware of the present moment, living fully in the present moment. And the philosopher Alan Watts said that when you attain enlightenment, all that's left is to have a good laugh. And this is some sage advice from another great sage. Can we have the lights again? Ferris Bueller. You have to turn the sound way up for this one, Bob, okay?
Yep. I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Sage advice from Ferris Bueller. You want to come up? Let's see, where's... So it's been our absolute privilege to serve you for these together for 20 years. And then for the last 3.5 years, I've been solo here, so almost 24 years. And we want to thank everybody. We want to thank, first of all of the people who have served on boards of trustees over the years, over all of these years. We want to thank all of the team leaders that have been here all of these years, and, you know, all of the people that have served on these different teams, all the people who have served to benefit our community, our incredible staff, our worship partner, Blair, we love you. It's been such a joy working with you. And yeah. And Robin, our new youth ed director, is not here. Denise Ferguson, our bookkeeper, and Carolyn is Carolyn. Carolyn, can you raise your hand or stand up so people know who you are for a minute? This is our new office manager, Carolyn. And please get to know her because she's just absolutely wonderful. You know, we have Mark Boston's here, our former youth ed director, and Kate Adams is here, former youth ed director.
Diane, Touchner, and Leonard are here. They're sitting in the back.
Oh, nice. Leonard, and hi there, guys. Good to see you guys. So many people who have gone before us, you know, and many are here this morning, and many that we haven't seen in a long time. And we stand on your shoulders, absolutely stand on your shoulders. So we thank you all, too numerous to really mention here, or else we will be here till midnight. And so I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for your presence. And everyone, by the way, you know, you don't have to do stuff just to come to Unity. Just being here is enough. Your presence is enough. Your commitment to your spiritual journey is enough. So we thank you all from the bottom of my hearts and our hearts for your love and friendship, for your financial support, which keeps us going. I hope you and pray that you'll continue supporting Unity financially, and for your courage and dedication to the spiritual journey and to the journey towards wakefulness. So I thank you.
Well, okay. Well, I say ditto to everything that Don said. And I wanted to add also that it's been 30 years since we met each other at Unity on the Bay in Miami at a Christmas Eve candle lighting service. And the spring that year, the springtime, just like it is now, 29 years ago, was the beginning of our ministry, because we decided to do a work together, and we created for Unity on the Bay a Maundy Thursday celebration right before Easter. And we realized in that moment that we had an incredible opportunity here to work together in a way that was extraordinary. because as we worked together, we realized that there was no ego, no difficulty. The ideas flowed between us. We celebrated each other's ideas, and it just rose to a greater offering because of both of us. That was the beginning, I believe, of our work in loving God through community. And all of these 30 years, that's what we've been doing. And I have to say that these 30 years has been the best time of my life so far.
We are not going to the glue factory.
You have been the most extraordinary partner on this road. And I am so deeply blessed. You've taught me amazing things like how to meditate. You taught me to love springtime because I know this is your favorite time of year, and it wasn't mine. So much more, but I'd be remiss without saying how much you taught me to love Brussels sprouts. And now you don't like them. Oh, there's so much more. But what a glorious life we have and have had. And it is the best to be able to love God, to just give our entire lives to God through community, through each and every one of you. What a glorious life. I love you so deeply.
Me too.
You are the heart of God.
Me too. We want to bless you.
We bless you. This is our unity blessing, you know. So yeah, warm up the hands to receive.
We just want to say that we love you.
Dear ones, we love you.
We bless
We
you.
bless you.
We
We
appreciate
appreciate you.
And
we behold the Christ you are.
Thank you.
Love, 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 love.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know what happens now. What happens now? Us, we happen now. I don't know what I did with my pick. There we go.
Preparing for meditation. hear the silence calling me, so softly calling me to what I have always been. I hear the silence calling me, so softly calling me to what I have always been. I am loving and learning in your grace. I am loving and learning in your grace. I am loving and learning. I am loving and learning. I am loving and learning in your grace. I surrender to the mystery. I awaken to the beauty. I surrender to the mystery. I awaken to the beauty. I hear the silence calling me, so softly calling me to what I have always been. I hear the silence calling me, so softly calling me to what I have always been.
So let us continue now just in the silence, allowing our hearts to expand, allowing ourselves to be grateful for all that is, so much in our lives and each one of our lives to be grateful for. That we are awake, that we are becoming more and more awake. And what a joy and what a privilege that is. So let's just take a few moments in the silence. And as we invite the praise singers to come up and we begin to take time to come out of this meditation, remembering that we're here to love, serve, and remember.
Why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come to love, serve, and remember? To love, serve, and remember. To love, serve, and remember. To love, serve, and remember. Why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come to love, serve, and remember? To love, serve, and remember. To love, serve, and remember. To love, serve, and remember. Why have you come to earth? Do you remember? Why have you taken birth? Why have you come to love, serve, and remember? To love, serve, and remember. To love, serve, and remember. To love, serve, and remember.
Maria. Thank you, Don. That was inspiring as always. And you know what the good news is? These are all on YouTube, folks. You can go back and look at them. You can go and look at all of Don's, Patricia's. They're all there on video. Hey, how you doing?
You can look at them at home and cry, or you have lots of Kleenex. If you don't know me, I'm Maria, and I am very pleased to be able to introduce Reverend Paula McDeesey. She is an ordained Unity minister and a former minister at Unity Renaissance. Prior to her ministry, she served as Vice President of Communications and Publishing at Unity World Headquarters at Unity Village. And she and her husband, Richard, who sadly cannot be here today, but they are longtime friends of Don and Patricia, with bonds forged through ministerial school and their shared love of music. So please help me in welcoming Reverend Paula.
Good morning, everyone, and to those watching online as well. Boy, I just feel so honored to be here today, to be with all of you, to celebrate and appreciate our beloved Reverend Don. This must surely be one of the happiest days of your life, but also one of the most poignant. And I hope, Don, that it is also one of the proudest days of your life. Because look at the incredible community that you and Patricia have manifested here. This loving place, this sense of true unity among people, respect, caring. And that's just talking about the body of people, not to mention this church, this campus. It's really pretty amazing all that you've accomplished in your almost 24 years here. And I know, Patricia, you've been side by side through the lion's share of that. You know, the Unity of Charlottesville has always been like a second spiritual home for me, because every time I walk through those doors, I feel such a wave of love, acceptance, and kindness. And I know that that consciousness, that way that you are here, is a direct reflection of your ministers. It's a direct reflection of your consciousness that has emanated out, that you have seeded and nurtured, shared, and watched blossom here at Unity of Charlottesville. So it's always a joy to be here. I always feel inspired, and I'm inspired by the legacy that you are leaving. So Don is my friend and my colleague in ministry. What he may not know is that he's also been a treasured role model. I have always had the highest respect for how Don keeps his cool, how Don stays centered, seemingly at least, no matter what is going on. I'm in awe of your great wisdom and also your profound devotion to this community, which shows in every single thing you do. You're always one of those people who can ride the waves of ministry, and let me tell you, folks, you may think you know all that a minister does, but you do not. And I've watched Don sort of weather the storm, whether it was financial challenges or staff turnover or illness, or whatever it might have been, with just such grace and truly an underlying joy. It's not easy being a minister. It's a lot of work. Can I get an amen from the ministers present? Amen. So I've also loved coming here to hear Don's talks, just like today. I always feel just so delighted by what you have to share. I feel enlightened, I feel inspired, educated, and of course, I always feel delighted by your wonderful sense of humor, which was so present again today. Your sermons, your talks here are just so soul-satisfying. You know, they lift my heart, they feed my soul. I really am in awe of what you give here. And so, you know, a lot of times being a minister in Chesapeake, Virginia, I couldn't be here on Sundays. And so I was particularly thrilled to find that Don had written a book. You know, that I'm not just promoting this book for you to look at, but you should. Anyway, it's called Peeling an Artichoke. And this book is Don. This book has so many different facets of who you are. It's just such a joy to read. And so, you know, it has spiritual insights and great wisdom and teaching stories and poetry, all of that, and some truly funny, great stories as well. So I thought I would pull from this book just to sort of give an idea of the many sides of
Don, as well as his vast range of knowledge. And this particular poem that's in the book really touched my heart and in some ways seemed very appropriate for today. This is from Rumi. Everything you see has its roots in the unseen world. The forms may change, yet the essence remains the same. Every wonderful sight will vanish, every sweet word will fade, but do not be disheartened. The source they come from is eternal, growing, branching out, giving new life and new joy. Why do you weep? The source is within you, and this whole world is springing up from it. That's you. That is the essence of you. And as I mentioned, Don has a very vast array of knowledge on many, many topics, which made this a particularly fun read. Because until I read this, I did not know that Don's first spiritual teacher was Bugs Bunny. That Don always admired how cool, calm, and collected Bugs was. And if a challenge arose, Bugs just had this way, he said, let's see how you said it. He responded with the ease and grace of an Aikido master. Also, I did not know until I read this book that a rat can live longer without water than a camel. That Donald Duck comics were banned from Finland because he didn't wear pants. And this one I can hardly wait to try. A raisin dropped in a glass of fresh champagne will bounce up and down continually from the bottom of the glass to the top. You know you want to try that. It's all right here in the book. So today, Don, along with all of these people who are present, those watching online, and indeed all the lives that you've touched in your almost 24 years of ministry, I thank you for your light, your love, and your leadership. Thank you to you and Patricia for giving Unity of Charlottesville a golden era of oneness and joy and prosperity. You know, they say that people may forget what you said or what you did, but they never forget the way you made them feel. And I believe I speak for all of us when I say, you have made us feel so loved, truly and deeply loved for who we are. And what more could anyone ask from a minister or indeed a human being? And so I say to you, my dear beloved friend, well done, good and faithful servant, and abundant blessings for a glorious life ahead. Thank you, Don.
And now we have a video. So this is people who are here in spirit but can't be here in person today. This is for you, Don.
Should we do our song first? Okay. Shall we go ahead and do our song and then you show the video? Okay. You all know this one, and it was written by our good friends. Yeah. Right, okay.
Can we get some light? Light, please? Any lyrics?
So we just roll with it here at Unity. That's one of the things I love. I've been in Unity for 40 years, and you just don't get over the little things. You just let it flow. So we're going to do the offertory now, which is our opportunity to give back, to give to this community, to give to our world. And we make it very easy here. You can text it. Well, not you. Most of you know what the text number is. You can go to Tithely, or if you want to just make it simple, give right here today, right here into our butterfly net that Jane has there. We know our blessing. Let us bless these gifts that we will be giving together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
I am walking through the green pastures, and I know that I'm not alone. The song of the meadowlarks calling me home, tenderly singing to my soul. All shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. All shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well.
I am walking beside the still waters, as fresh as a breeze at dawn. The voice of my ancestors whispering, give me the strength to carry on.
Everybody sing.
All shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. All shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. Surely goodness and mercy will follow, and love will be leading the way. Every shadow will shine in the fullness of time, and bloom in the hearts of the brave. And all shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. All shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. All shall be well, all shall be well, all manner of things shall be well. All shall be well, all shall be well, all manner
So we see these gifts going out into the world, into our community, blessing each and every one of us. And we are so grateful for these gifts. Thank you, Mother, Father, God.
What shall we do, guys?
We're good?
You're good.
Oh, well, you got it right then.
Time to go to the movies.
Hi, Don Lansky, Mary Morrissey here. I'm sending you this message to honor and share my respect for you and an amazing body of work as a minister. And as you retire now from this particular form of ministry, may you know how much respect you have in the whole movement, Don. Leading powerful work, and every time I've been with you, which is many, just the way I see you treat people, how you look into them and see their best and call that forth, the kind of body of work that you have done as a minister just doesn't happen without a great, great heart for people. Love and care is in your daily walk. I respect you deeply. So from me, yes, and from everyone I know, let me be a voice that says, well done. I'm so glad to know you and the impact you've brought not only in your church and the wider work where you are, but actually in our whole world, and that includes my world. Congratulations, Don. May when you put your head on the pillow tonight, may you just feel this big hand of God upon you saying, well done, my son. Big hug.
Hi, I'm Don's brother Stephen. Don, how often we've marveled that me, a psychotherapist, and you, a minister, were born out of such a dysfunctional home. While I can sit there with my patients, dreaming of pizza and looking like I'm interested, you, on the other hand, have to bedazzle your congregants week after week. Well, it's about time that you step down from your pulpit, about time to spare your lambs from the weekly slaughter of your pun-ridden sermons. And now what? Golf? The last time we played, you nearly killed me with a slice-driven ball. Parenting? Too late? Movie after movie after movie. Even a good thing gets old. Travel agent. You have never, ever, ever, ever helped me with a flight, a float, or a hotel. Retirement, brother. For some, it's a nasty word, while for others, it's a welcome one. And so, in the words of some people who are more sage than I, a few quotes. When a man retires, his wife gets twice the husband, but only half the income. Chichi Rodriguez, I don't know who she is. The years ahead were not to be filled with work, but with the adventures that life brings when you free yourself from the constraints of duty. John Steinbeck from The Grapes of Wrath. Retirement is when you stop asking yourself, what do I want to be? And start asking yourself, who do I want to be? I'm so proud of you for following your heart, your soul, and your dreams, for building a church and uplifting your flock with your spirit, your wit, with your intelligence and charms. You have so many tools, so many areas of brilliance. TM, writing, music, your empathy, authenticity, your spirituality. You have taught me many valuable lessons and given me tools that I employ with myself and with my patients. Rest a minute or two, if you can, brother. Service is not done with you, nor you with it, and so on, and so it goes, and I love you.
Reverend Don, my dear brother-in-law, congratulations. Congratulations on building a beautiful church and creating a wonderful congregation of people. I couldn't be more proud of you and Patricia for the work you've done over the last 20, almost 5 years. It's amazing. I also wanted to take a moment to thank you for your spiritual guidance and insight over the years, from teaching me meditation to so many other good conversations which were insightful and helpful. One I want to remind you of. A long time ago, I used to teach Sunday school, and I came to you for advice. I would get these questions from kids about where we all came from, and I was internally conflicted because on the one hand, I believe in God, but on the other hand, I also believe in the theory of evolution. So I asked you, how do you deal with that when kids ask you that question? And you said, that's a tough one. And you said, but I'll tell you what my mother told me when I was a kid. I said, what's that? And you said, well, I had the same conundrum. I had asked her, and she said we came from God. I had asked my father, and he said we came from, evolved from animals. So one day I said to my mom, Mom, I'm confused. You say one thing, Dad says another. I'm totally confused about where we come from. And she said, oh, it's quite simple. My side of the family came from God. Your dad's side came from animals. I just love that story. And I love your sense of humor. It's wonderful. And thank you for sharing it with all of us over the years. I hope you carry that throughout your retirement. God bless.
Hi, Don. Congratulations. I am so happy for you that you are entering retirement. It's a wonderful time. And you know, it's a great time to see the whole world and go travel because you know, yeah, it is. So congratulations, Don. Have a great retirement.
Hey, Don.
Hi, Don Lansky.
Don Lansky.
It's J.D. Martin. And
Jan Garrett. You know how much we love you?
Man.
We really appreciate you.
We love and appreciate you so much. And just to say that I know that everybody in your community also appreciates you and loves you. And I know you're stepping down. Stepping out?
Stepping out.
Maybe now you can start stepping out and having some fun. But just to say that what you have been doing with your community and your congregation has just been the best, you know? And I mean, in my opinion, you are the real deal, you know? So you can release from all this knowing that you will be trailing clouds of glory.
We really appreciate you. I know you've gone through some really difficult years there, and you have done a really great job. Yeah. And you know what I'm really curious about is what new music you're going to come up with.
Oh, there's that. There's
Curious.
that. And now that you will have so much time, come and visit us.
Yeah.
In Colorado, we have, soon the snow will stop.
Bring Patricia with you.
Anyway, just to say thanks again so much for just being yourself, and we love you totally. Okay.
Lots of love.
Hello, my dear brother Don Lansky. Congratulations on your retirement. Your brother Richard here. And you know, thinking about your approaching retirement reminded me of a story about a little boy who came home from Sunday school and his mother asked him what he had learned. Now he said, our teacher told me that we come from dust and to dust we're going to go. Is that true? She goes, yes, that's true. That's scripture. From dust you shall come, from dust you shall return. But the next morning, little Donnie's getting his sneakers out from under his bed and he sees 2 dust balls. He gets so excited, he runs to his mom. He goes, Mom, guess what? What, honey? He says, there are 2 people under my bed. But I don't know if they're coming or going. Okay, it must be in the delivery. I'm sure Don did it much better. Now, okay, so even though I would not tell that joke to any poor unsuspecting congregation, I respect the fact that humor Don is such a huge part of your ministry and a huge part of who you are. One of the things I love the most about you. But seriously, this is a momentous occasion. You don't realize how excited we all are for you. We know you have worked so hard and built such a beautiful life and a beautiful ministry and a beautiful legacy. I know it's bittersweet for a lot of you, but it's going to be momentous for Unity of Charlottesville. It's going to be momentous for your family, for your friends. Hopefully we get to see you some more. Momentous for your beloved Patricia. Patricia, I know it'll be a big adjustment having him there all day long, but we're here for you, girl. Just remember, we're here for you, okay? But most of all, Don, it's going to be momentous for you. I can't wait to see the retirement Don come out. I got a feeling there's a wild and crazy guy down there, and I think I'm the guy to help you pull that out, okay? I'll be there every step of the way to pull out. We're going to turn you from a 4 into a 7 in no time, baby. Don't you worry. Well done, good and faithful servant. Now enjoy your master's happiness, and I hope to see you soon, brother. Love you.
Hi, Reverend Don. What a joy that I was able to do my ministerial internship from May till November of 2021 with you and Reverend Patricia and the magnificent congregation of Unity of Charlottesville. I am deeply appreciative of the opportunity to learn under both your leadership and that of Reverend Patricia. How did I get so lucky?
How did I get so lucky? I really wanted to thank you, Don, for welcoming me into the fold there as you did Anne. And I wanted to thank you for all the spiritual lessons and friendship. Congratulations again. Yahoo!
Well, I tell you what, carrying that celebration on, I just wanted to say that as you step into this new chapter of life, of refiring, on all cylinders, I might add, I celebrate all that you have given, your wisdom, your guidance, and the deep love that you have poured into this ministry. So I want to just share a short poem with you. How do I appreciate thee? Let me count the ways. I appreciate thee for the open door that welcomed me in to learn and explore, for the wisdom shared, so patient and true, guiding my steps as my calling grew. I appreciate thee for the trust you showed, for allowing me room so my gifts could unfold. I appreciate thee for the light you shine, a beacon of love, both gentle and kind. And so in gratitude, my heart does say, I appreciate thee, Reverend Don Lansky, in every way. And so we want to bring this to a close by singing you a song. So get ready, sit back, here it goes. Love you very much.
You're simply the best.
Thank you so much. You guys want to come up? Yeah, okay, come. We have our children. I know you must be hungry, but my entire first grade class is here, and they'd like to say something as well. No, come up. Let's do it. Yeah. Hey. Here, where's the mic? Can we have the mic?
Do Mark and Kate want to come up too? If you're welcome to, if you want to.
Yeah, come on up, guys.
And if Rachel wants to come up and her daughters.
So we wrote a letter for Don's retirement, and we also signed it, so we just wanted to read that.
Oh.
Dear Don and Patricia, we are forever grateful for helping us navigate the pandemic and the transitions. We are also so grateful for your support of the youth program and always giving us a voice. We will forever treasure the gifts you gave to our program, and we know it will help us thrive in the future. From the Unity Leaders of Tomorrow.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for inviting me to be the Youth and Family Ministry Director. I follow in the footsteps of two wonderful directors here, Mark and Kate, and I'm just full of ideas and resources and love from all four of you here in front of me, and I think the youth program is going to thrive.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that deserves applause. Thank you. And I wanted to invite, if any of the other kids want to say anything, or any of the other adults on the stage want to say anything. Otherwise, we'll do our blessing.
Can you put this on the screen, the blessing? There you go. Let me just do a blessing.
All right. Children, Uniteens, YOUers, teachers and parents, you are loved, special, and important.
Thank you all. Thank you, guys. Okay, there is food somewhere. And
Is it me? Maria.
yeah, it's Maria. Maria's going to explain.
All right, I can hear your stomachs rumbling. So I just need a couple minutes of your time before we do the peace song. So I have some instructions that I hope will make everyone's lunch experience go smoothly and easily, because we have such a crowd today. So some things are the same as our holiday meals, but actually most things are different. So when to go down, that is different. So when the service is over, don't go anywhere. Please stay in the sanctuary. We're going to be releasing people in groups, just like when you're boarding a plane. So I will let you know when it's time for your boarding group to head downstairs. So the next thing that is different is that we have some reserved tables. So when you go downstairs, if there is a gold or blue placard on the table, that table is reserved. So please keep walking and look for an open table. And then you will know that a space is ready for you because there will be a plate there. So you can take that plate and go to one of two food lines. Y'all still with me? All right, so we have, everyone's having beautiful salads. We have a clean salad table, and then we have a slightly dirty, no, we have a regular salad table. So the deal with the clean salads is this is for anyone who RSVP'd gluten-free, dairy-free, or vegan. So when you go down, there's when you go in and get your plate, straight back at this wall, there's going to be a table. It says clean. There will be people to direct you. And so the salads in the bowl are vegan and gluten-free. And then there's sides, and just to be really clear, so there are pita chips on the side. They have gluten. The feta has dairy. The dressings, except for the Caesar, are vegan. But there's sliced bread that is dairy-free, gluten-free, soy-free. And then there are also tofu and chicken options. So everything's labeled. It'll be good. So the order to head downstairs is all of y'all who have reserved seats that you're sitting in right now. When Dawn and Patricia recess, you can head on down with them, go get yourself some lunch, and start to eat. There's no need to wait. And then I'll be releasing other groups. And here's the deal. If you're one of those special people who's going to go get a clean salad, you're going to get to go first. You're not going to be the ones where you're vegetarian and you go through the line at the end and all there is roast chicken, right? So we want to make sure you get taken care of. And then just normally you don't eat until everyone has their food. But again, since there are so many of us, as soon as you get your food, sit down, start to eat. And we'll do a blessing when everyone's down there. Let's see. Oh, and here's the thing. So if you have not RSVP'd, I'm going to have you actually wait till the end just because we are pretty full down there, actually very full downstairs. And we just want to make sure that the people who've RSVP'd have a chance to get their food and find a seat. There may be 1 or 2 seats. I think that's it. So yeah, so when after we sing the peace song, are you going to leave the room? No. Thank you. I work with preschoolers. We do a lot of repeating. All right, so I think we'll do the peace song, and then again, the reserved people can go down and.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah.
Maria. Maria's done an amazing job on this. And, I don't even know what it is yet, but anyway. I know
Wait till you see what the team did. Oh, this is really important. You will know when you have reached your table because you will see that you are the center of the solar system. So, just saying.
All right then. So good. Well, let's. I just want to thank everybody who helped out this morning, and thank you all. Love you. Thank you. So let's stand to our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God folds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and wherever God is, all is well.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I don't know, I'm just following her. She must be obeyed.
You're a good teacher. All right. How you doing?